What's up, YouTube? Razi ranting again. Um, this one is referring to this as a social media addiction. And I got a few friends that seem to have this problem, and it's really getting on my fucking nerves. So, this is a scenario. As you know, my story's gotta have a scenario. So this is the scenario. I spend, quite a bit of time on YouTube. Like, I watch Game Grumps, Super Best Friends play, DSP, just video game playthroughs. I check out Vine videos. Spend a bit of time on Facebook. I post stuff here and there, look at things that my friends are doing, whatever. I got a Tumblr account. Do Twitter every now and then, whatever, but I'm not, addicted to it. If you're going to say I was addicted to anything, it would probably be YouTube, because I sit there and, watch full video game playthroughs and just play Pokemon or something while I'm watching it or just listening to it. It's usually background noise, unless it's, a rap battle or a new game I want to see. But anyway, so, scenario is I got this friend that I met through social media, and we've talked quite a bit outside of it, and our conversations have taken a severe decline. So that's the first irritation. But the second irritation is that when I attempt to contact said person, I can't get a hold of them. For whatever reason, I'm contacting them just for idle chat, or if it's important or whatever. Okay, say I were to text you, or text this person and they don't answer. And it's okay, I text once, you haven't responded, whatever, I'll leave it alone. Then I see the person log on to Skype, so I might ask, hey, did you get my text, or something like that? And then they still don't respond. But then I pull up Facebook or Tumblr or Twitter or something like that, right? And this person's posting on there. And so that's not a big deal to some, and it's really not this biggest of a deal to me, but it's a big source of irritation when you're trying to speak to someone, because I don't know, there's just a thing with me. I just kind of have this mentality, if you have the time to do stupid shit, you should have the time to speak to your friends. And so the social media addiction seems to be, I think the addiction these days is a lot of people don't, well, actually I mentioned in the previous video, now that I think about it, a lot of people don't have, excuse me, a lot of people don't have actual friends in real life these days. A lot of their social interactivity is via Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, that sort of thing. And they don't actually hang out with a lot of people. But I've only seen 2 cases of this, and it seems to be a pretty rare case where not only do you not really have friends to spend time with outside of the computer, so you spend a lot of time talking to people on the computer, but you're so obsessed with the social media site itself that you don't even bother establishing a relationship with someone you met off the social media site. You see what I mean? That's you don't spend time with friends, and then you don't spend time with friends you met on the computer. You just spend time with the way you met the friends on the computer. And that to me is a little bit on the psychotic side. It's borderline just insane. To each his own. I can't really, knock anyone for shit, because I know I have my addictions. Like I said, YouTube. I spend a lot of time on YouTube. I got art sites and stuff, but typically, with the art site, it's I'm drawing something, I'm doing creative content. So I'm posting it and I'm saying, hey, check out my art, and then people will comment, and I will pay attention to see if people commented on my art. And then if somebody wants to commission me or something, it's like, they contact me through the art site. We discuss what we're going to do for the commission, and that's, done deal. So there are periods of time when I spend a lot of time on that. But these, and I was thinking it was just one friend, but there's actually multiple friends I have like this now. I think there's like at least 2 cases. But these friends seem to be so addicted to their respective social media sites that it's like I might message them and they don't respond, but I see them on the social media site. And it's gotten so bad where, typically when you're having a conversation with someone, say it's in the evening, and you're having a conversation with someone, and on the phone, instant message, whatever, and you get tired. What do you say to your friend? You say, hey, I'm getting sleepy. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the sack, or I'm gonna go to bed, or whatever. Some sort of phrase that says some sort of something that lets someone know that you're going to be going away from your phone, your computer, whatever, right? These people will sit there. It's so dumb. These people will sit there and we'll be having a conversation. Say we're talking on Skype, because I talk to a lot of people on Skype these days. So we're talking on Skype, and the person will be having a conversation with me, and they'll say something to me, and I'll say something back, and they'll say something to me, and I'll say something back. And then on that second time that I say something back, they don't respond. So I'm just like, okay, they're doing something, I'll wait. So I'll close the window, continue to do whatever I'm doing on the computer or in my room or whatever, because Skype makes a noise, so I know to turn around and look, right? Never hear that noise. So sometimes, my internet's crappy, so I check and I'll pull it up and I'll see, did they respond? Did the noise not go off? Or did my computer crap out? Or did my internet crap out or something like that? And I'll see that they received the message, but their icons, faded out because they signed off. Okay, so that's not a big deal. Getting off the computer without saying goodnight, getting off Skype, whatever, that's not a big deal. The big deal in this, which is the point of the rant, is that we're having a conversation. We're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you don't say, hey, Razi, I'm going to sleep. Or I'll talk to you tomorrow, or good night, sleep well, whatever, kiss my ass, goodbye, fuck you, whatever. You just sign off. But then I go to the social media site, and I see, good night, Facebook, good night, Tumblr, good night, Twitter, talk to you guys in the morning, or something like that. So it's like, you couldn't say good night or goodbye to me, who's your actual friend, who you, confide in about, or confide to, or, you're close to, you consider to be a good friend or whatever. Like, you can't say good night to me, but you can say good night to a bunch of people through a social media site. And you were actually having a conversation with me. And then it's like, and it's so bad, it's to the point where it's like, good night, social media site, wake up in the morning, good morning, social media site. Like, typically, I don't like to bug people, so I might, like, wait before I contact you in some way. So, I got a friend, she's in college, so when she's in class, I don't want to text her. But if she pops on Skype, then I'll text her, like, yo, she'll be at school on her laptop, and she might not be able to respond, but I know, like, it's during the day. She's on her laptop, she's got her Skype open, so she's able to talk. So, I will do the same sort of thing with these particular people, is I won't message them until I see them say something on the fucking social media site, because they're so damn addicted to it. And I was thinking I was being a little crazy, but I actually tested this before I made the video, before I even decided to rant about it, actually. This happened just the other night. We're having a conversation, everything's cool, and they just disappear. And then I pull up social media website, and then it's like, hey, good night, everybody. Make sure to leave me messages or some shit for the morning. And then the next morning, good morning, everyone. How's everyone today? And, there's no, sorry, Razi, I fucking fell asleep, or sorry, Razi, I I fucking exploded. Like, no, it's just, I'm done with this. I'm done with you. I'm done with you, my actual friend, the person who has a soul, who's not anonymous. I'm going to ignore you and just fuck off, and I'm going to pay attention to a bunch of nameless fucking people, or people that I've never actually had a conversation with. So there's no moral to this story or point I'm trying to get across. This is probably my first true rant, because I'm kind of fucking irritated about it. Despite my giggling, like, I'm really kind of pissed about this because it's just stupid. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand how people could be that addicted to fucking social media websites that you just, I don't understand how you're just obsessed with it. Like, are you that lonely of a person? Are you just that scared to get close to people? Like, did something happen to you in your past? Like, whatever. It's like, whatever the case, you can fucking talk to me, but it's like, you won't, because you pay more attention to the fucking website than you do me. And it's really annoying. And I know, and the videos are going to come off as me, because I can only talk about me. It's my fucking life. So if you don't like it, fucking deal with it. Don't watch the video. I didn't make you do it. Well, I probably made some of you do it, but anyway, that's my 2 cents on the matter. I'm fed up with it. I go through bursts of time where I just fucking close everything because I'm so sick of people just obsessing with social media, you know. It's like, it's not even just the particular 2 people I was talking about in this, but I got Facebook open right now, actually, because I was putting up pictures of my Manshone costume from earlier, and yeah, I got a person right at the top of the screen right now who all the time is just like, hey Razi, if you want to hang out, you know, I'm here for you. If you need to talk, if you want to come over, get some drinks, whatever, yeah, I totally love to hang out with you, blah blah blah. You spend so much time posting shit on Facebook, but you don't ever text me and say, hey Razi, what's up? You know, do you want to do something? I'll text you. I never fucking speak to you on Facebook, but you but, you know, apparently Facebook's the only way I'm going to be able to get a hold of you, because that's all you fucking do with your time. So I'm so fucking irritated. I finished recording the first part, and then I got to thinking, I was like, you know, there's more to it than that, so maybe I should expand. It's not just social media sites. It's just fucking technology in general. And, I mean, I know I spend a ton of time on a computer, but it doesn't take much to tear me away from it. Like, tomorrow I'm going to a fucking party. Like, I'm not going to be on the computer all night. But just go to a restaurant and just sit in like a central area, like what do we got? We got fucking Applebee's or Chili's or something, and they typically have like a bar section or like a bar in the center or whatever. And just look around your surroundings, and you'll see people sitting with their families like at the table. And I've seen this where there's 4 people sitting at a table, and all 4 of them are on their fucking phones. And I just get so irritated with that, because, I don't know, maybe I'm just old school, you know, I'm a child of the fucking 80s, or, yeah, like I wasn't, I mean, I grew up in the 90s, but I'm a fucking, you know, I was born in the 80s, so, to me, when I wanted to speak to someone, it typically meant I'm going to go the fuck outside, or I'm going to call someone on the phone and say, let's get together, you know, because back then we didn't really have voicemail and call waiting and 3-way calling capabilities and shit, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, I kind of make it sound prehistoric, because I'm sure most people don't even know what the fuck a phone looks like with a cord attached to it, but outside of a charger, but yeah, like, I spend a lot of time speaking to people face to face and being friendly like that, and it just seems like everything's just way too convenient these days, because I can't stand that. I mean, I have a friend who, when I'll hang out with him, and it really just seems like they can't stay the fuck off their phone. And it's so irritating. I mean, they just are on it constantly. Like, they're not actually speaking to anyone, but they're just constantly texting. And it's not the biggest of a deal, but like I said, it's just something that personally irritates me, because I feel like if I took the time to go to your place and pick you up and we're gonna go do something, the least you could do is stay off your fucking phone. Like, you know what I mean? The least you could do is just ignore that shit. If it's important enough, I'm pretty sure people will call you. And I don't have any problem with you stepping out of the room to answer a phone call, or getting up from the table to answer a phone call. You know, step outside where it's more quiet. But if the entire time we're, you know, sitting there at a restaurant waiting for our dinner to come, and you're just fucking, you know, I'm trying to have a fucking conversation with you, it's like, oh my god. It's like, why did you even come out the house? Like, you just should literally just have your phone surgically attached to your hand, because you won't stay the hell off of it. And then, you know, relationships has been my continuous subject matter, and I'm not really going to get into that, but I will say that if we're on a date, you definitely shouldn't be on your fucking phone making a date with another guy. Yeah, that fucking happened to me. We went, I picked her up and we went to get a dinner. We were going to do dinner and a movie and then do something else afterwards, I forget. But yeah, picked her up and we went to dinner. And the entire time going to the restaurant, she's fucking texting somebody. And the entire time from in the restaurant and after the restaurant to the movie, she was texting someone. And right up until the thing that comes up and it's like, shh, at the fucking movie theater came on, she was still texting on her damn phone. And then we did whatever we did after that. And she continuously texted and stuff. And the only time she wasn't texting was when we were in bed. But I bet you can guess what happened when we finished. But it was actually the next morning when that went down. So there was a lot more texting that night. And then a couple days later, I think maybe 2 days later, I talked to her. And she was upset about something. So I was like, you know, hey, what's up? What are you mad about? And then she's like, oh, it's too long for me to type it again. I'll just paste it to you. Because we were on Skype. So she pasted this long thing about how she got up looking all nice for this guy and he stood her up. And then I looked at the time that it was posted, or the time, some sort of timestamp. And I was like, was that last Tuesday? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so you basically went out on a date with me the previous night. I stayed the night at your house. We got it in the morning, and then you went on a date that night. Yeah, you can see why I'm an angry, jaded person. So yeah, there's just another little relationship thing for you. It's fucked up, but yeah. I can't stand social media. I can't stand cell phones. I like my cell phone. My cell phone's dope, but I've never really been that type of person that can't just stay the hell off of it. I did get in a fight with somebody because I wouldn't stop playing Candy Crush, but we weren't having a conversation. We were just sitting in the car and they were blasting music, and yet they decided they wanted to have a huge stick up their ass because I was going to play Candy Crush the whole time, even though I was taking them to something that I typically do by myself, and I wanted to share it with them because they were a good friend of mine. And they were driving because my car was in the shop at the time. And yeah, I'll tell you about that too briefly. We get in the car, and as soon as we get in the car, it's another female. As soon as we get into the car, she starts talking shit to me. And I don't know why. I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything, but she starts having this huge attitude. And then she starts ragging on the choices of women that I've been with in the time span of knowing her. Saying things like, I don't understand how you could possibly sleep with her, and I don't understand why you were ever attracted to her, and how did that even happen? She's so gross, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're you keep fucking with the bull, you're gonna get the horns. Basically, is my mentality in that situation. So I was like, I said what I said calmly, and I said that's not something I want to talk about. It's none of your concern. So, what the hell is your problem? Like, why are you mad? And I didn't raise my voice at all, but she continuously yelled at me. So eventually, I just said, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking play Candy Crush. So I just took out my phone, started playing it. And then she's like, if you're gonna fucking play Candy Crush the whole time, might as well just take you back home. I think I kind of did that to be a dick, actually, but, you know, she deserved it. Fuck that shit. You don't yell at me. You don't judge my choices. You're not God. You know? And you don't want me to talk about your fucking bedpost notches. Later, y'all.